And they're off. Racing in the one-lane JCB main short run towards fence number 1. Instinct Dane in the 2 tones of blue towards the inside is Handy Bedell Peters from 6-7 and Indie Rock and Roll, the red and white striped jacket. They all clear fence number 1 and climb on towards the cross fence. In the green and red hoops, Policy Breaker races 4th round the outside of Grey Area cut the corner. Followed then by the well-supported Swing By in the royal blue and grey jacket ahead of Knick-Knack. Ocean View, the favourite second last as they reach the crossfence fence number 2. And Cafe Whispers is the early back marker. Turning right-handed, galloping beneath the ash poles towards the back straight. Instinct Dane in the noseband, who leads the way by a length and a half. The right noseband is 6-7 in second. 2 lengths to Policy Breaker. Pulled into that fence, jumps it well with Indie Rock and Roll on the straight grey area. Racing next towards the inside ahead of Swing By Ocean View under a fair amount of restraint in the early going. Cafe Whispers moves up on the outside and the back marker is Knick-Knack, and Instinct Dane made a mistake there and lost the lead. Moving forward 6-7 takes it up by a half length to Policy Breaker. Instinct Dane now back to third, they reached the open ditch for the first time. Neither got a bit close to it. Should be landing rather flat footed. They already are making their way towards the last up the back straight first time. 6-7, a little over a length to Policy Breaker. 6-7 just clips the top of it. Instinct Dane racing next in third, followed by Indie Rock and Roll, Grey Area racing together. A couple of lengths away to Swing By, just was the mid-division from Ocean View Cafe Whispers, and 3-4 lengths further away to Knick-Knack at the tail of the field as a top right-hander. They descend down the side of Dingley and it's 6-7 towards the inside of the white lane. Policy Breaker, 2 lengths to Instinct Dane. Then Grey Area and Indie Rock and Roll as they reach a fence on the side. Indie Rock and Roll, Grey Area continue to gallop on together, followed by Swing By, Ocean View, Cafe Whispers and Knick-Knack. So into the home turn, now to race up to halfway. 6-7 from Policy Breaker leading the chase. Instinct Dane racing now next in third after the mistake on the far side. Grey Area's moved up to 4th ahead of Indie Rock and Roll and Swing By, and then came Ocean View in the light blue black Satans. Cafe Whispers and Knick-Knack the final pair. Fence right in front of us, and 6-7 led out over it. Instinct Dane jumps back up into second. Policy Breaker kept towards the outside for Sam Douglas for the third, length and a half to Grey Area, Bradley Hughes 4. Indie Rock and Roll, Eddie Corwood racing next bit from Swing By, Ocean View, Cafe Whispers and Billy second last, and Knick-Knack been the back marker since the flags were dropped. So a circuit under their belts, they head on out towards the next offence that was their first. 6-7 from Instinct Dane and Policy Breaker racing towards the outside as they ascend away. From Grey Area, Indie Rock and Roll, Swing By racing next towards the outside. And followed Cafe Whispers and Knick-Knack at the back of the field at the cross fence. 6-7 from Instinct Dane. Policy Breaker's also been handy, but it's always been kept wide. Grey Area the centre. Indie Rock and Roll's made progress towards the inner. Then Swing By, followed by Ocean View, Cafe Whispers and Knick-Knack beneath the ash poles along the back straight once again. 6-7 who leads. They've certainly grouped up. Jumped that well from Instinct Dane. Indie Rock and Roll and Grey Area, 2 lengths Swing By, followed by Policy Breaker and Ocean View making headway now up the inner. Cafe Whispers and Knick-Knack. On towards the second up the far side, the fence before the open ditch. 6-7 gets inside some Grey Areas, makes very nice progress through the field. Now a close-up second from Indie Rock and Roll. Then Ocean View travels well from Swing By. Instinct Dane's lost ground as they take the open ditch. Cafe Whispers, Policy Breaker well back, and Knick-Knack at the back of the field. So racing on towards the next to last up the far side. 6-7 by a half length to Grey Area. 5 lengths or so next to Indie Rock and Roll, and 6-7 rather reach for that. Grey Area landed on terms. Into third, Ocean View from Indie Rock and Roll. Swing By being called on for a bigger effort by Jack Teal's got plenty of work to do from there as they reach the top right-hander. Grey Area with 6-7 just short of a little bit of daylight. It looked on the inside. Ocean View up to third and closing up on the leaders. Then Indie Rock and Roll. Cafe Whispers went wide on the bend from Swing by Knick-Knack at 2 out, Grey Area jumps it well from 6-7, Ocean View still grinding away. Now up into second as they race on towards the home turn. Grey Area had first run on Ocean View, 3 legs down but continues to make headway. 6-7 racing next in third, they're well clear of Indie Rock and Roll in fourth. Off the home turn, Grey Area digging in. Ocean View on the outside, a length and a half behind. 6-7 next in third. Racing on down towards the last, the long run to it. Grey Area being joined now by Ocean View on the near side. So race on to the final fence, Ocean View and Grey Area, they'll meet it together. Grey Area far side of Ocean View, becomes it better, and it's Ocean View is now just edging on. Races on by a length, but Grey Area is keeping on in the fight. Then came a staying on Knick-Knack and Indie Rock and Roll. It's Ocean View who wins the lot then. JCB Maiden from Grey Area second, Knick-Knack gets up for third, Indie Rock and Roll back in fourth.
Indie Rock is on fourth.